Hey, Shalom, Yeshua.
Shalom.
When it starts, as always, by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah Kadash. I double honors to the apostles of GMS and honors you brothers doing the work in truth, with sincerity. So I'm gonna go into something. We just gotta get Psalms 83, and then whatever happens in the spirit happens. It says you read it. Shall I read it? I'll read it for you. It says keep Psalms 83 from the top says, keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. Mm-hmm. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
So who's the Lord's people? Scriptures talk about how Israel is the chosen people of the Lord. Okay, and that's pertaining to you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, so what it's saying in that scripture is that we've got enemies. The chosen people of the Lord have got enemies, man. Okay. And they're coming against us. Okay, go on.
Yeah, right, I'm reading it. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against our people, and consulted against our hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off and bring a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
In this captivity that we're in right now, okay, the last captivity, pretty much, it's one of the worst captivities we've been through, man. Okay, in all the other captivities we've been through, we knew who we were. Okay, but in this captivity, we don't know. Our people don't know who they are, man. They don't know that they're Israel, man. They don't know that they're the sons of the living power, man. They don't know that. All they know is that they'll go by their byword names, man. Okay.
Yeah.
And hey, or some examples. You got Hispanics will think that they're Hispanics. That's why we call them. We say the bywords. Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. What we're saying that for edification's sake, but we're talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Okay, that's why we got the 12 tribe sign, which it's out there when we're teaching the people, and when people walk past, they'll see their tribe, and they'll see their byword, and then because obviously what they'll do is they'll recognize the byword, and then they'll say, what does that mean? So then we can start going into it and explaining to them that they're Israel. Okay, and that's how the edification begins.
Plus, it also causes offense. Because people come Judah, but Judah is a so-called...
you get that as well, so it's double-edged,
Yeah. It says, Jeremiah 17:4 says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I'll cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
And that's what we're doing right now. We're serving our enemies, man. And one of our chief enemies right now is a so-called white man, okay, who's his biblical lineage, nationality is Edomites, okay, from the man called Esau, from his lineage, man, that seed, right, and they are our oppressors right now, man. Job 9:24 says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and when you look into that, you go to Malachi 1, it tells you that the borders of wickedness are Edom, okay, and so right now it's not. Sorry, go on.
I was saying First Maccabees 1 to land back of what he's saying. Says Alexander's 4 generals basically took over, and then wickedness was multiplied.
Yeah,
something to that effect, just to land back.
And Alexander was from that same lineage. He was an Edomite as well, man. Okay, so we're right now the earth, and no one can disrepute that the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. The so-called white man is living lavish on the earth right now, man. Okay, he owns pretty much all the industries. He can get away. He gets the best lawyers, gets away scot-free in his own fucked up his own fucked up law system. Okay, and he's doing all manner of wickedness upon the earth, man. Okay, so that we can see, but through looking at the prophecy in the scriptures and living and looking around you, that we're in the time of Esau's kingdom. Okay, so as going back to the scripture. Okay, they take crafty counsel against our people, man, because we're the chosen people of the Lord. So if we're the chosen people of the Lord, but they're going out and saying that they're the chosen, they're going out and saying, for example, you got Malachites, so-called Jews, they're saying that they're the Jews, but they've been lying, man. The scriptures talk about in Revelation 2, it says that they're the synagogue of Satan, the house of Satan. So if they're saying they're the chosen, and there's people out there that are the real chosen, they got to keep that lie going. And one way of doing that is to destroy Israel, man. And that is what they're systematically trying to do. You got anything?
There is a bit more.
Right,
it says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. It's all the enemies of Israel are basically in one consent against Israel. Right, and then like as to land back of what you were saying as well, it says the tabernacles of Eden. Right? This is the first nation that's mentioned, man. The first nation that's mentioned.
Yeah. We've got other enemies, the rest of the heathen.
Yeah, it says, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, Ammon, and Amalek. The Philistines were the inhabitants of Tyre, and so on and so forth. Right? That's the point on that.
And it said in that scripture, they took crafty counsel against us, man. They're trying to destroy Israel, man. And I'm going to get the scripture. This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh Shem Shai of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus saith the Lord. So the Lord's basically putting it out there, saying, look, it's because it's not a question, but it's like rhetorical. It's is that ain't really going to happen because the ordinances are going to keep going, man. Okay, so that means that the seed of Israel is not going to be done away with, but on the contrary, the seed of Esau is going to be completely wiped out, man. Pursuant to Obadiah 1:18. So these guys that are going around acting like they're living lavish on the earth, trying to act like they're so pure and they're the righteous. Right, because he calls himself this the white man, right, or the white race or Caucasian, whatever, white, but white, the color white, is synonymous with purity,
And that's the question. I remember being in like year 7, year 8, which is that's how old we? That's 12, 13 years old, right? And my friend was like, "Why is everything good white and everything bad black?" In reference, because like you're saying. White represents purity, black is all just negative, right? And then that's what you hear blackmail, blacklist, black this, black that's all bad things. Well, the only good thing that's in the black is economics, and Jake ain't in the black economics. They're in the red.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
It goes on to say, "Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, right? And the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord." That's why this guy has got a perpetual, he's got like I forgot the word, a desire to search the heavens, to go, he will say to go where no man's gone before.
Yeah.
But, there ain't no real proof that they've done that. They ain't done that, man. You got the Van Allen radiation belts, man. You got all manner of things out there that the Lord didn't set them up to do that, man. To go, we're gonna go to Mars and colonize it and all that. No, you're going into slavery, man.
Yeah.
You're going into slavery.
Yeah. Hey, let me get this real quick, but because another thing is, then you would have gone into the deep depths of the ocean. But as far as is publicly available knowledge, you haven't even been able to do that because you can't handle the pressure.
Yeah,
literally.
You can't go above. You can't go below.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do is you can go into international space stations.
Yeah, you can go into your dumbs or deep underground
bunkers,
and
you can chill there. But you know what? There's a scripture for that, man. We're gonna get that later.
I've already got that.
Oh, you got it. Go on.
Hey, did you want to?
No, go on.
It says Amos 9:2. Though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them.
Yeah.
Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves on the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. Yeah, and so basically they're going to be going into the ISS. They're going to be going into the underwater layers and basins or whatever. Right? And they're going to be going into their dumbs, their deep underground, was it missile bunkers or something like that?
Yeah, well, underground bunkers. Yeah. From to protect them from the World War III.
Yeah, but what they don't understand is, look, the Lord is gonna give His men spiritual power to manifest in your bunker, man. You'll be just there thinking, yes, all the children of Israel, they're gone. They can't have survived that. But these times, you just, big 6, 7, 8 foot Jake. Just in the back of the room saying, "Yeah, you sure about that?"
They're gonna be scared.
Yeah, slaps chains on them.
They're going to be scared, That's what it says. It says in Ham. You know what? Let me get that as a precept.
Let me finish this. It says, and though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them. And I'll set mine eyes up put upon them for evil and not for good. Yeah, so that's the point on that one.
Okay. It says, Psalms 149 verse 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. You know, who's that talking about? That's talking about all these elites. You know, you got the international banking families, you got certain royal families that are kind of under them. The top guys are the Rothschilds, man. You know, you got the Rothschilds, you got the Rockefellers, Oppenheimers. That, you know, was it the Bears family or was that their company? You got certain,
Yes.
you got certain families out there, right, which are, you know, the nation of Edom, which are basically they're ruling the world right now. They're the wicked. They're the secret council, okay. And those are the ones that are going to be basically, those are the first ones that are going to go into slavery, man. They're going to get them, it's, as it says, because they're the kings on the earth right now, right? Where it says to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. You know, so what does that mean? That means we're going to slap chains on them, man. And when you got chains on your hands, what does that mean? That means you're done.
Yeah.
That means you're in subjection.
Yeah.
It says to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all these saints. Praise ye Yahweh Shmi Shai. That's why we praise Yahweh Shmi Shai, because the Lord had it where
patience and the faith of the saints.
That's right, man. Because hey, these guys, they're gonna get destroyed. That's what it says in the scriptures. It's prophecy. It's inevitable. You know, so it's just a matter of time. We're just weighing it out, man. Waiting for the Lord to come save us, man. And what's He saving us from? He's saving us from our enemies, and He's also saving us from these vile bodies, man.
Got a precept. So Ezekiel 39:14 says, and they shall sever out men of continual employment. Right? It says, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search. Hey man, there's going to be a lot. You read 2 Ezra 16, talks about how the dead shall be cast out as dung. Right? So there's going to be a hell of a load of dead bodies. I ain't cleaning them up. We ain't cleaning them up. Right? The Israelites ain't going to be doing that. That's going to be your, you know, the first task that these heathens are going to have to do, man. You know, that's something you get your slaves to do. Like, you think the Rothschilds see after they've finished committing some wickedness, right, they just, you know, cut someone up or whatever. Hey, they don't say, oh, slave, servant, whatever, get rid of that body, man. No, and that's what's going to happen. You lot are just going to be going around cleaning up them dead bodies, man.
Yeah.
His brothers usually say when that scripture is read out, ain't going to be no unemployment in the kingdom.
Done on that?
Yeah.
Alright, this is Revelation chapter 13, I'll start from 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And the saints are talking about Israel, but particularly in this time period, we're talking about the elect of Israel, because only a small remnant of Israel are going to be saved, man. Okay? But it said, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's the judgment. So they led our people into hardcore slavery or captivity, okay? And we're going to put them into slavery, man. Continual employment and slavery, man. Okay, but it ain't going to be like they're going to come in, they're going to clock into work, you know, get their hours, some sick pay. You know, it ain't going to be like that, man. It's going to be hardcore, man. Okay, you're going to get beat every day, you know, except for the Sabbath, you know. But you're going to get beat up every day, man. Every day we're going to let you know how much of a piece of shit you are, man. You know, we're going to take all that pent up anger that we had, all that, we're going to take it all out on you, man. Okay? And because we're going to have you in subjection. Yeah. We're going to let you know who the chosen of the Lord is, man.
Yeah.
You know? And it says, he that killeth with the sword, who had the blessing of the sword? The blessing of the sword. Because if you read Revelation 6 and 4, it says, he that took peace on the earth, right? Talking about the red horse. And that's talking about Esau, man. Okay? That's talking about Esau, because Esau got the blessing of the sword. That's how he was going to rule. You know, and the funny thing is, that sword, that blessing of the sword, you know, the Lord had it set up where he was basically the Lord's sword, man. Yeah. You know, to basically, you know, to punish us, because we went off against the Lord's statutes, commandments, and you know, his ways, basically, man. You know, and that we're serving our punishment under these guys right now. You know.
I've got a precept. It says Revelations 2:25 says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Right? So what do we have already? This truth. Well, those that stay in the truth, stay in the faith, right? You know, what would you call it? What's the reward? And I said, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And then do what with that power? Right? It says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Right? As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. Right? So you basically going to be, bashing them upside the head, and we're going to have the scepter just whack,
Go on. This is James chapter 5, right? Verse. I'll start from 4. Behold, the hire of the labourers who have reaped down your fields, which is of, because you read, actually I'll read it from verse 1 quickly. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Okay, so because these guys, like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers is an example. They're living great on earth, man. They're the, they got all the riches, they got all the resources, okay, all the gold and all that, and they give out the crumbs to everyone else. They're basically living like kings. They are kings on the earth right now, man. It says, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered. And the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and you shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasure together for the last days. And you know what? All that treasure is going to be transferred, because wealth is transferred. It's going to be transferred over to us, man. Okay? We're going to own all the land and all the resources. It says, I'll jump down to verse 5. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. That's talking about us, man. Okay? It says, be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. So, we got to wait upon the Lord. We got to wait upon Yahushua. Okay? He's the one that's going to rise to the prayer, as it says in Zephaniah. Because you can't come against Esau that's been blessed with a sword.
That's his blessing.
That's his blessing. Okay? You got to wait upon who? You got to wait upon the Lord, Yahushua, to come and return and basically break our enemies asunder, man.
Plus, this is all about, all about giving praise and glory to the Most High. Right? If I can get this real quick, just to back up that statement. It says, Ezekiel 36 and 21 says, but I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen whither they went. Right? It says, and you see Jake doing that right now. And like we said, you'll be at camp, man, you see Jake, and you just look at, bones, you did this last week, man, it's like, can these bones live? Right? As it said in Ezekiel, the next chapter actually, Ezekiel 37. Well, because you see Jake right now through. Which is why it's going to be, the straining of his salvation. One of those reasons, because like these are the men of the Lord. Even in Wisdom 5, it says, we thought his life madness, and to his end to be without honor, right? And that and people are saying, is these the children of the Lord? We're out there with the sign saying, the so-called, the so-called black man is the tribe of Judah, rather the Negro in America, for the mass. Is a tribe of Judah. They're saying, but they're over there in Chicago killing themselves. What do you mean they're the name of the Lord, the children of the Lord? Right? It says, therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, I do not this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen whither you went. Right? And that's the point I'm trying to establish, because it's the Lord that is saving the children of Israel of his own mercy. Right? If Jake were to be able to, get swords and fire these swords, right? Jake is just going to take credit for it, man. And the Lord's done that in the scriptures with the story of Gideon. Yeah. Right? It was like, it started off with a large number, ended up with like 300 men, if I'm not mistaken. Why? Because the Lord's like, look, man, if it's all of you, you lot are just going to take credit for it. But it's all about the Lord. How about Shem Yahshai taking credit? Right? That's why we've got to wait for him to do it.
That's right.
Alright. That was the point.
Alright, cool.
You got anything?
No, that's it. Yeah, pretty much,
Yeah, I'll go on the statement you made. What do you call it? Earlier on. It says Psalm 73 and 3 says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Right, because wicked in this kingdom are prospering, man. I was something like Oxford. Oxford Uni released something a couple years, but he's saying if you want to prosper in this kingdom, you got to be a good liar, right?
Yep.
You know, and you see certain things about certain way Jake deals in business, and you just like that's why Jake can't prosper, right? I remember it was just at a it was a chain restaurant or anything, but you know they still what's that thing called? They're a franchise, so they still got to make money on their own, right? But this guy was giving away free meals to some homeless guys, right? But that's going to be kicking in into his revenue, right? It's really kicking into his profits rather, right? Because Jake is too compassionate. If it say, look, man, you're going to have to fuck these people over to make a profit, Jake is like, I'm really trying to fuck them over. Until they get deep into the war, that's when they're like, you know, fuck these people anyway, right? They say you've got to be hella off to just prosper in this kingdom. I'll carry on. It says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men. Neither are they plagued as other men. They don't. Hey, Edomites will lose their job and go on holiday. Well, I've witnessed that on a number of occasions. They won't have a job and then they're going to dip off somewhere. Whereas, and even then, right, let's say they didn't have a job to come back to, they've still got that daddy money fallback. One of the guys I work with, his 2-year-old has more money in the bank than I do. Right, and that's just the nature of these, you know, how these guys live. Goes on to say, neither of the plagued as on the man. Says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Man, they're so proud, man. They're hella proud because they don't know what it is like to have to struggle and work for anything. I mean, they take everything for granted, right? Which is why it's going to be such a beautiful thing when everything gets taken away from them, right? They've gone from literally having a silver spoon in their mouth, right, to not having anything in their mouth. You know, no food to eat, just the dust. You know, you're trying to eat dust for whatever nutrients is in there.
Okay, good done. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Okay, and Lucifer meaning, you know, light bearer. And right now the light bearers is the wicked man. Okay, right now, well, the true light bearers are either men of the Lord. Okay, because Yahushua is the ultimate light bearer, and he gives us that light. But right now, these guys have got all the, you know, they've gathered all the knowledge, all the things, and they've kept it hidden, man. They've got that so-called light. That's why they call themselves the Illuminati, as an example, right? But it says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And that's what Esau's been doing, man. He's been playing different nations against nations. He's been weakening pretty much everyone, man. And he's been reaping all the benefits, taking all the land, all the resources, and trying to live. It's going to go on and say how they've been trying to live, man. Right? It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's what he wants to do. Okay, he wants to chip everybody. He basically wants to be in complete control. And he wants to try and be like the Most High. That's his pride, thinking that he can actually achieve that. Okay, but hey, the scriptures condemn him, man. The scriptures say he ain't gonna make it, man. In the fullness of his sufficiency, and that's the best thing. Just when he thinks he's gonna make it, the Lord's gonna show him, look, man. You know, pride goeth before a fool. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? The man that got the atomic bomb, he was threatening, dropping atomic bombs, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yeah. Was this the man that was walking around untouchable? Yeah. You know, I don't remember who it was that said it. It might have been an apostle. We're talking about Rothschild can go and shoot someone in the street, and you know, nothing will happen to him. You know, and well, yeah, I can believe that because these guys
they are the police.
They are the police, man. They own the police.
They own the police. So.
They're living as kings upon the earth, man. They're untouchable, man. You know. But hey, they're gonna get touched real soon, man. The Lord's gonna show them that fire. They're gonna.
Well, Jimmy Savile wasn't even high up then. They say he had keys to hospitals, man. So you can, they've got to put the disclaimer out there. You know, it is, you know, they ain't proof. But me, man, hey, you read the Guardian. It says man was into necrophilia, man. Well, that in the UK is a reputable news source.
Yeah, and he was sorry.
You know, he was saying and talk about how he was giving keys to hospitals and all of that, going into mental institutions and all of that. How you gonna just give any random individual keys to hospital? They knew what he was on.
Yeah, and he said he came out in a TV show. I remember seeing a clip. He came out. He came out and said he said it in a joking way, but he was being serious. Everyone thought he was joking, and they laughed because it's one of them, comedy panel shows. And he was just like, "I'm fearing every girl's school down the country." Yeah, that's what he said. The guy's he came out. He's a paedophile, man. Yeah. But they did that after before he, was dead, man.
BBC knew. Everyone knew. There's one clip of him where he's fondling a girl, literally on live TV.
On live TV, yeah.
And instead of all they do is just zoom in so you can't see the woman behind all fidgeting, and they knew.
Yeah. It says that the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms. They're gonna look at him narrowly. This is the guy. He's the guy that put us through all that. It says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof. Yeah. That opened up the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the that's it. Well, that's it on that, man. Basically, he didn't open the house of his prisoners, man. Just like the Pharaoh of old time. He was hard-headed. Moses was telling him, look, let my people go, basically, but he wasn't hearing that, man. Lord put the plagues on it. Then eventually we got out there in a miraculous way. And in the same fashion that we left Egypt, we're going to leave, you got over there in Babylon, modern day Egypt, same way it's going to be done there, man. And all around, the elect are going to be beamed up into the chariots, which are the so-called UFOs, all around the world. Yeah. And that's going to be a strange sight to everyone, man, as it says in Wisdom 5.
A viewing of that is on that film Knowing. Although they'll go and hella off so many things. Well, but you see, it says, I want to come too. Was it Nicolas Cage's curse? I want to come too. Then the angels like, only the children can come. And you're like, children? What do you mean? You mean the children of Israel?
That's right.
Right? And you see them being beamed up just before the just before the fire comes. But they had it as a solar fire. But we know it's going to be a nuclear fire, man. Right? And then they get landed off into a new heaven. So they butchered that.
So I ain't seen that. I ain't watched that.
Yeah.
You got anything?
Nah.
Hey, man. Hey, with that, all praise to Yahweh, Shemi Shai. That's been edifying. And quick hit, man. Shalom.
Sure.